Assalamu alaikum and good morning to all. Welcome to the science class of grade 7. Today is the second lecture of chapter number 1 and we are studying the human digestive system. Children, in the last class we have learnt about different food components that provide us energy and essential materials to sustain growth and a healthy body. Today we will learn about digestion process. So first of all, open up page number 3 of your science books and hold a pencil in your hands to underline the important information and mark the important points. Here, as you can see, the first heading is large molecules. So we will start our concept from here. Children, in the last class we have learned that the food we eat comprises of large macromolecules, which are carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. These molecules are bigger enough that they cannot be absorbed by the body. Thus, we cannot get energy out of this food. So, what can be done about it? This is where we need a digestion process. It is a process in which large food molecules such as carbohydrates, fats, and proteins are broken down into simple soluble particles that can be easily dissolved in the bloodstream, and blood vessels will carry this digested food to all the cells of the body where they will perform respiration process and energy will be released for the body functioning. Thus, we say that digestion is important because our body needs nutrients from the foods and drinks to work properly and stay healthy. Proteins, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals, and water are the nutrients. Our digestive system breaks nutrients into small particles enough for the body to absorb and to be used for energy, growth, and repair. Now we will learn that what these macromolecules are made up of and what they break into. We have already studied about macromolecules. So the proteins that we eat breaks into smaller units called amino acids. And then the fats present in the food, they break down into smaller units called fatty acids and glycerols. The third macromolecule is carbohydrates, and carbohydrates break down into simple sugars called glucose. So these glucose, amino acids, fatty acids and glycerols are smaller enough that they can be easily be dissolved in the bloodstream. Now the question arises here that how this digestion process takes place. It occurs with the help of digestive system and some important chemicals which are acids and enzymes. Now we will discuss each of them in detail. First of all, we will understand the digestive system. It is a 10-meter long hollow tube which begins in mouth and ends at anus. There are series of organs also attached with it which play a significant role in digestion. So look at the figure of human digestive system. The first part of the figure here, it shows mouth which contains teeth, and then there is a food pipe which is called esophagus or gullet, and after that there is a bean shaped sac called stomach, and after stomach we have a small intestine and which is 7 meters long. It's a long and convoluted tube. After this small intestine we have large intestine whose swollen part or the last part is called rectum. And finally we have the opening of the large intestine which is known as anus. So the digestive system which starts from mouth ends at anus. This is a 10 meters long tube and it almost takes 24 hours for the food to pass from one end of this tube to the last part of the tube. Along with this pathway, there are few organs or gland also attached with it. In front of the stomach there is liver, and that stores its secretions into this part mentioned over here, which is called gallbladder. Inferior to the stomach, at the back of the abdomen, there is a gland known as pancreas that is responsible for producing the enzymes, and there is a small duct that connects this pancreas to the small intestine where it delivers its secretions. Now we will mark the second question from the exercise. What is meant by digestion and where does it occur? So now open up again the page number 1. So in basic fact number 2, the proper definition of digestion is written that digestion is the breakdown of large molecules in the food into smaller molecules which can be absorbed into the blood. So this is the answer of first part. In the second part, that where does it take place? So you will mark the remaining answer on page number 3 on second paragraph. That here you can cut the word yours and you can write it takes place in digestive system, which is basically a 10 meters long tube which begins in the mouth and ends at the anus. So till here will be the second part of your question number 2. Now the second concept is digestion, which is carried out by the churning movement of the digestive system. The whole digestive system that is displayed over here. The whole pathway is surrounded by muscles that contract and relax, allowing this food to break down. So what is the meaning of this churning movement? This is the muscular movement of the digestive tract. The second point is a chemical breakdown of food using acids. So what are these acids? The acid is hydrochloric acid, which is present in the gastric juice and produced in the stomach to help in digestion of food. And then there is bile, which is alkaline in nature and it is produced by the liver. It also helps in the breakdown of food molecules. Okay, the third most important factor is enzymes. Enzymes are also some specific chemicals. They are known as biological catalyst. What does a biological catalyst mean? It means that these are the chemicals which speed up the metabolic processes such as digestion. Here I would like to discuss few characteristics of enzymes. Remember that enzymes are specific in action. Now what does this mean? This means that they only do one job. For every food type, we have a particular enzyme. One enzyme cannot catalyze any other food molecule. After the process, they remain as it is available for the next digestion process. Different organs in our body produce enzymes that I would like to discuss in the next topic. And there are many other food items as well, which naturally have enzymes in them. So enzymes are biochemical machinery that facilitates the breakdown of food particles, but they do not directly take part in digestion. It itself does not undergo any breakdown. So let's see some important enzymes of the digestive system. Enzymes are mentioned on page number 5. The small molecules. So the first enzyme is carbohydrates enzyme. It is also known as AMYLASE enzyme. It only works on starches and sugars, and it breaks down the starches and sugars into glucose and other simple sugars which are called maltose. The second enzyme is protease enzyme, which acts on proteins, and it breaks down the proteins into peptides and amino acids, which are the smallest soluble molecules. Then the third one is lipase enzyme, which only works on fats. It breaks down the fats into fatty acids and glycerols. Here you should remember that protease will only work for proteins and not on starches, not on lipids. Similarly, the lipase enzyme will only work for fats and it will not break down proteins and starches. And likewise, the AMYLASE enzyme will only work for carbohydrates. So this is the meaning of the statement that was written over here, that enzymes carry out. In next class, we will learn the whole mechanism of digestion. So now you open up the exercise part once again, and here you will label this diagram. Question number 3 says, look at the diagram of the digestive system, write down the names of the parts. So first part, you know that A part is esophagus, B part shows stomach, then C part shows us liver, D part shows us gallbladder, G part shows us small intestine, and this F part shows us the large intestine. This H part is rectum and I part is anus. So this question number 3 is also done.